One of the symbols that I think got confused actually is the shamrock. St. Patrick used the shamrock, which has 3 leaves, to describe the 3 forms of God in one, but the 4-leaf clover kind of took over, and that was a good luck. It's an unofficial official symbol, if you like, of Ireland is the shamrock, but I think sometimes it gets confused with the 4-leaf clover in terms of that luck, element. There would be a horseshoe for luck. That seems to be an ancient tradition. A lot of Irish houses have a horseshoe over the door, and you would turn it up so that the luck stays inside, not upside down. So there was just a whole, I think, little kind of superstitious element to Irish people that was to do with folk beliefs. I think the rainbow and the pot of gold and all of this is to do with the leprechaun. Part of the lure of the leprechaun is, of course, if you can catch him, that he has a crock of gold at the end of the rainbow. Part of me thinks is more of this coming from, Lucky Charms and that kind of marketing sort of strategy than actually something that was organic to the community themselves. I would imagine that it was just easier to go with, the leprechaun, the rainbow, pot of gold, these kind of simple symbols. Green, of course, is so ubiquitous in March and with the Irish in general, but blue is actually our official national colour. The presidential flag and the seal of Ireland is a deep blue. It's a beautiful colour. In fact, St. Patrick himself is said to have worn a blue cloak, not a green. So it's very interesting. Then in the 16 and 1700s, particularly the 1700s, the friendly sons of St. Patrick rebelled against that use, like we're not going to have the same colour as the British, and so they kind of came up with using green. It was ubiquitous, harp playing in Ireland and right through Celtic and medieval Ireland. Bards were or poets, we'll call them, and musicians were very, very key to Irish culture. So it just became a very important symbol, I think, of Irish music, as I say, has always been kind of central to the culture. I think the Claddagh ring is probably one that a lot of people would think about automatically when they think of Ireland. It's basically a heart that has a crown over it and then 2 hands hold it together. So it's supposed to represent love and loyalty, and you wore it with the heart facing in if you were married or taken, and if you were single you could wear it with the heart coming out. One of the most famous symbols, of course, is the Irish or Celtic knot. Sometimes these are called the Trinity knot, but it was basically to symbolise the Celtic belief in eternal life, infinity. There's an intermingling between the relationship with the divine and nature, and also the Trinity between heart, soul and mind. On St. Patrick's Day, everybody is Irish, and it is kind of the day to showcase our culture and history and heritage. And, so if people wear a shamrock on their face, that's okay.
I'm Amy Freeze. Welcome to Fox Weather's YouTube page. We have more great videos on the way, so make sure to subscribe to stay updated on all things weather.